Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Raine Plays. Today we are at the Alto Apartments. This is 1020 where Diego Lobo lives. It was very typical when I went through it, and it got me wondering what these places look like with people who have every single pack and expansion pack. How different these original layouts look from mine. I think that's why mine are so ugly, because EA has got so little to work with. Anyway, this is a really quick view of where this Uptown neighborhood is, and I think in my last video I said Machu Picchu because of the mountains, but this is Hong Kong. This is definitely Hong Kong. And see, I told you it was up in the sky like this, so there is stuff below, but everything occurs up in the sky, including where they live and where they play. It's all right here. I was just curious, and that's why I did it. I hope it's not too boring for you. I really liked the outcome of this, but I do have to apologize ahead of time. I don't know what happened with my recordings. This does occur on occasion. You guys are probably aware if you watch me. The settings just change. And I have not updated my computer or messed around with it in a while, so nothing should have changed. Nothing really, how do I say this? I thought I was recording, but nothing was showing up. And then in the second recording, I got something, it ended up in my folder, but when I played it back, it was all just crystallized, pinkish blacks and blues, and that has only happened once before, but that was when I used OBS. Not what I'm currently using to record, so I don't know what happened. So I lost a lot of footage. It's still a 15-minute video, and you get to see a before and you get to see an after. So at least I had this stuff to throw in there. I'm wondering, if my doing this is somehow messing up. Does that sound too far-fetched? Probably. The fact that I'm going out into the world, because I think I've only done it twice. But haven't I had issues recording after I've done something? I don't know. Something like this where I go out of the world and just kind of pan around. And then I come back to record and things are messed up. Just me thinking out loud. I finally got to use the big karaoke machine. Well, I didn't use it. But I took him to a club or something in the fashion district. I can't remember, it doesn't matter. He needed to do that for his work assignment. And somebody was on the karaoke machine, and so that's what I'm saying. I finally got to see how it works. There is a television screen that does have like dancing and sim words in it, so it's pretty legitimate. But the guy was belting out this amazing. Why do I just throw those words out there like that? It's not amazing. He was just singing well for a sim. The closer I got to him, the sound got quieter and quieter, and then he just stopped singing altogether, and I was very bummed. So I took Diego back to his apartment. I bought him one. I set it up. And I recorded him singing on it just for fun. And there was no sound. Now, I have always had sound on my videos that I have to mute for the speed build part. And now there's no sound at all. So I don't know what's happening. I don't remember. My computer updates itself once a week, but that's an ongoing thing. It shouldn't affect. I'm talking about a CCleaner clean sweep where you have to reset passwords and everything. I have not done that in a couple weeks. There was no need to because I haven't updated anything or bought anything new. Let's see, what else can I tell you about? Well, the other day, while I was still really sick, and every time I'd get up, I'd watch a video or two and then crawl back into bed, the spiffing Brit reached 1 million followers, so he had a sponsored Q&A video uploaded. He finally got his, oh my goodness, I watch all his videos and now I can't even remember the name of the tea he keeps going on about. They sponsored him. Doesn't matter, I guess. Anyway, everybody thought he would do a face reveal, but he didn't. He ended up putting all of these celebrity faces over his. And the very first one, at about 1 minute in, I don't know who it was, but it shocked the daylights out of me because it looked like me at 15. Only a guy. It was terrifying. It was amazing. Oh, there's that word again. Oh, I'm sorry. It was amazing to see a male doppelganger on the screen like that. And then, of course, I froze it. I called my daughter in because I even saw a little bit of my daughter in that face. And she's like, "No, Mom, I don't see it." And then my mom came in. She's looking. She goes, "Well, he looks a little familiar, but I can't place the name." I'm like, "How about me?" And she goes, "No." And I'm like, "Fine." I already knew. That always happens. Everybody always disagrees with me, no matter what. I could say the sky is perfectly blue, and they'd go, "No, actually, it's a little on the gray side." Things like that. It's like, okay, yeah, whatever. I don't know why I bother. I keep doing it, so it's my fault, you know? Stop asking for validation. You're never going to get it. What else? I forgot to look into that pink hanging curtain that I used in the last video. I apologize for that. I still think it came with one of my packs. I just never noticed it before. But I could be wrong. Maybe it is a CC item. But I did update my CC page, so I'm not that worried about it. I just do not, for the life of me, recall anything about it. So I had an interesting, well, it wasn't interesting. Dang it, with the words. Bad word choices all the time. I should call this my 7-11 incident report from now on. I was in line, and there was a guy in front of me, and he was older, and he had a cane, which he wasn't using. He had it like pinched under his arm, and he had a big case of beer and something else. I don't remember. He was also buying cigarettes, and not that it matters. Oh, I think he was doing lottery, so he kept saying, "Let them go, let them go." And then finally, it was my turn, and he just took over. You know, I didn't get to go. So the clerk was taking care of him, and I noticed this man he was like leaned against the candy counter there in the front, all the candy things. And then he just started swaying. And then he'd be off balance and he'd catch himself. And then he'd kind of lean back, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And even the clerk, he goes, "Are you okay, sir?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I'm like, "You're not fine." I didn't know if he was over-medicated or already drunk, because it wasn't even noon. But anyway, he got his stuff, and he hobbled out of the store. And I looked at the clerk, and I'm like, gosh, I hope he doesn't get into a car. And the clerk kind of looked at me, and then he turned to look outside, and sure enough, we both watched him crawl into an SUV. And the guy could not even stand up straight. He couldn't keep himself balanced, but he's going to drive a 13-ton SUV on the road. It's very upsetting when I see stuff like that. And yeah, sure, he's in pain. Yeah, he might be on medication. Is that got anything to do with the fact that he's taking his life and everybody else's life on the road in his own hands? What has his pain got to do with that? What right does he have to make that choice? And you don't get a choice when he rams into you or tries to kill you. You don't have a choice. It's okay because he's in pain, so he over-medicated himself and now he can't see straight. It's very upsetting. I remember my son when he was taking his driver's ed, really bad driver's ed classes. They don't teach anything anymore. But anyway, he came home with this story that just blew my mind. I'll never forget it, but he told me that his instructor had said that one of his earlier classes, one of his students had said that her father kept buying bigger and stronger SUVs for his wife so that she wouldn't get hurt drunk driving. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh, I see. So you buy your wife a Sherman tank so that she can kill everybody in her path, but she'll be safe. It's that kind of mentality that just completely screws with my mentality. I just don't think like that. I think the opposite. And I think I'm in the minority in that fact. And it's terrifying. So I warn my kids any chance I get. Be on the offense when you're driving. Just keep your wits about you and know that every single person around you is a blithering idiot. They have no idea what they're doing, and get home as safe as you can. Don't trust or rely on anything but your instinct, and stay as far away from everybody as you can. It's just not funny anymore. But again, I compare it with the modern way of thinking, the privilege. It's all about me. It's what I want, how I feel, what I need, where I'm going. And to hell with everybody else. That has just come to the forefront in the past, 20, 30 years? It's always been around, just not as prevalent as it has been in the past few decades. And the results are absolutely staggering. Anyway, I got him to take a few pictures in different outfits, but it's kind of sad. I guess you would need that photography setup thing. I do have it, because I've got Get to Work. Was it Get to Work? Oh, what difference does it make? I have the photography studio. But I think you really have to build yourself up. I remember the build yourself up to get good kinds of pictures. I remember the first time I used that in play, and I had it in one of them little shops that I created, and I put the photography thing in there, and everybody started coming in, and it was absolute mad chaos. I couldn't get anything done. My workers were just standing there picking their noses. And I finally got a shot. I think it was one of the Caliente women. But it was I think, chest up. It wasn't a full-fledged shot, so I don't know. But it only worked that one time. But yeah, I was pretty pleased with the outcome of this. I think Lobo would really like to live here instead of where he was. Well, this design as opposed to the way it looked. I think I'm obsessed with those waterfalls, those wall waterfall things. I've yet to find out if they even work. I keep forgetting to look when I go into live mode. I'm going to have to find out. Remind myself to find out. I don't know if you have to have them in a pond or if they work on their own. But I like this. I was really pleased with what I did. I'm just sorry I couldn't have shown you more of what I did. Hopefully this walkthrough isn't too annoying. Anyway, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.